Hi everyone! Welcome back to our live. Today we are talking about a topic where, as a buyer, I super love to hear. I want to know when will the price start to drop so that I can come in. But as a seller, also very sian lah when the price started to drop. But the thing about seller right now is that they still don't think that the prices are going to drop. Because property agents out there are just saying like, oh, buy lah, the price won't drop one. In Singapore property history, the price has never dropped. That's also quite true, right? So I think today's topic, it appeals to buyers more because they want to know when's the right price, when's the right time to enter, and then when to spot good deals and undervalue deals. And a lot of people, I think are just like, sitting on the edge, waiting to enter the market.
So I think what we are going to discuss today is how do we determine if property prices are dropping. So it definitely not just affect buyers. I think sellers are also in a situation where should I sell? If I got a lower offer, should I sell the property? I mean, things like that. Or if I sell, then should I wait to buy? Because if let's say I take a stand of saying that the price will drop, for example, can I just sell and wait? Can also, ma?
Can also.
So I can actually sell my property and maybe wait for another 6 months, 9 months to see whether I want to buy a property. That is also a situation that you can be thinking about. So I mean, today we are just going to share with you some of the data regarding to the last time where the price actually came down. Yeah.
I'm actually quite excited because I think this is my first property cycle. Because I entered industry about 5 years ago. When I entered that time, right, the market was very slow. Then after that, I saw how the market like boomed after COVID, right? Then right now, I'm witnessing this transition from the peak to the very bearish market. So quite excited lah. But how many cycles have you seen?
So 2006 to 2008 is like really a bull market.
Yes.
Bull market. So during that period of time, you will miss out property very fast. Like example, Caspian launch, I remember the buyers don't even have time to think. For example, even in Pasir Ris, we saw that.
That one made people very angry.
Yeah, then imagine Pasir Ris is selling at 1,400 starting from all the way up to about $2,000
in one day.
In one day, but Caspian was at $600. So do you think buyers need to think really to whether to buy or not to buy? So that time was like that lah. Then after that, we went into a period where it's the Lehman crisis. That is the shortest correction that I see, about 6 months down market.
Did the market went into recession?
Not really. So the market was a bit fearful because the whole world is encountering a recession. But in Singapore property, the price actually dipped for a while and it actually pushed up even faster. Because sometimes we might be thinking, bear market is when the price is dropping, which is true. But the bear market is not a market that is to be very fearful about. The most fearful market, especially for agents, is a nowhere market.
Nowhere market.
Which means that the sellers and buyers are not,
Sounds like something we are going through right now. So it's like sellers still want very high, then buyers also don't want to give in. So what? Nobody make the move.
In a way, but just that the transaction is lower lah.
It's a bit concerning because I really feel it's a bit like today's situation.
So transaction lower is the worst for agent.
So today we are going to talk about 4 main things, which is the first one is the signs of the slowing market. And from this, how we're going to pick up signs, right, is basically through all the news that you have seen. Right, later we will have zoom in into that. The second is the impact on market. Because as Alex said earlier, right, right now we are in the same time as per 2012, the very slow market. So we want to look back at history and what happened back then when the market was a bit slower. The
nowhere market.
Nowhere market.
It's a stagnant market.
Okay, stagnant. Okay,
it's the same logic that we are talking about. The worst time is a stagnant market because stagnant market means that volume drop. Why volume will drop in a stagnant market? Because the price cannot be agreed.
But price haven't dropped, volume drop. Yeah, okay?
Because in a bear market, there will be volume also because the sellers will be giving in to the buyers. In a bull market, the buyers will be giving in to the sellers.
Yeah,
in a stagnant market, no one want to give in. I think we are still at the last verge of the bull market now. But we are like moving towards into a stagnant market. So later we can see how is it going to affect us lah.
Then the third thing that we're going to go through today will be factors to determine if new launch prices will drop. Because earlier, the impact on the market will be more on like, of course, resale, but it of course will have direct impact on the new launch cost. You know, it will also affect developers' confidence and also buyers' confidence. And last but not least, we will go into the live analysis of current developments, which we have been doing all this while.
Signs of slowing market.
Signs of slowing market. Okay, here I have, of course, a few articles, but it represents different segment of the market, from landlord to tenant to seller to buyer and also developer. So let's take a look at the landlord and tenants first. Okay, rental prices have dropped as much as what you have seen the title over here. If I can quote you an example on the ground, you know, just end last year, which is around November, I rented a Momentum Park 3-bedroom at 5,008. You know, yesterday when I went to check the transaction, the latest 3-bedroom that was rented out, same similar size, 4,005. Dropped by 1,003.
So why the rental drop?
Supply.
Supply. As agent that is practicing on the ground, I can only say one thing. Because now it's not easy to rent out. So not easy to rent out, which means that the demand actually came down. And it can have a lot of reasons. Like oversupply issue, demand came down. So today, I feel the market is very affected by two things. First, usually it's like, supply go up, price will come down, correct? Or demand go down, price will also go down. But today is two sides. Demand go down, supply go up. That's why there's a drastic drop in terms of the prices.
And also, I think from a landlord's perspective, because so long it's vacant, I think everyone who has been a landlord or, you know, even like common sense, you will know that every month when it's vacant, you will still need to pay for your mortgage. And interest rate, frankly, I don't know, you know, people out there or those people who are watching, how much you actually refinance your property at. It could be more of a higher interest rate, like 4-3%. So it's very taxing. And because of that, right, a lot of landlords are also a bit panicky, need to rent out ASAP, but yet the price also still cannot lowball them. Yeah, so we are in this kind of like you said, nowhere market, even in the landlord and the tenant sector.
So let's say I miss out 1 month rental, okay? I want 5,000. I got offer 4,500. I don't take the 4,500 offer. 1 month I miss out how much? 4,500 ma. If 2 months I miss out $9,000 correct? So what I'm trying to say here is that if I hold on to my demand of 5,000 and I miss out 2 months of rental, I need about...
It's a negative really.
I need 18 months to cover back the difference there, which doesn't make sense. So that's why some landlord will actually let go. And you will see more of this happening because here you can see the article very clearly. Demand drop, slow, and rental listing surge. So two sides. One, the demand actually came down and the supply go up, which is going to affect the market a lot.
So the HDB volume, right? Frankly, HDB prices have not dropped.
Yep.
Okay, we are still seeing a lot of like $1 million HDB create record high, but don't be fooled by all these news because these are just like the top liner. We are talking about entire market. Actually, the entire market in terms of volume, it is starting to slow, or in fact, it has dropped. And because of this, because on the ground again, I also am serving HDB buyer. The prices that the sellers want can be really ridiculous. Recently, I saw one listing, I think Toa Payoh HDB, 5-room or something, asking 2 million. Like, come on.
Oh, okay. Seriously.
The reality is that you can ask for whatever price that you want, right? But the reality is that HDB volume have dropped. And this is what the market is currently going through. Okay?
But why price is still high? So let's say a demand drop doesn't equate to immediate drop of prices or immediate increase of volume of supply. So demand drop, it will take some time because let's say there's 5 buyers to 1 sellers for a very long period of time. So which means that sellers come out, it will be sold. Sellers come out, it will be sold, and the price will continue to go up. And now it turned into 1 seller, 1 buyer. Will the price drop? It still won't drop, But when it turned into 2 sellers every month and 1 buyer, then you will start to see a situation where listings start to be accumulated. When it accumulates into a big amount, then the price will start to see a softening period.
And the third one is your land bids over here.
Okay.
Of course, these are very minor examples because there's only a few land bids recently, right? But also it do also affect developers' confidence. I think Alex work with developers more. Is developer basically very cautious now when it comes to bidding of land? Like what their top concern?
When developer is who? when they're buying land.
They are buyer.
When they're buying
When
land,
they're buying land,
correct?
yes.
So same like what the buyers are thinking. In the bull market, all developers want to bid for
Chiong,
land.
yes.
So like 10 developer, 15 developer, 20 developer bid for land. In a stagnant market, which is like today, as a developer, you will be more cautious.
Definitely more cautious lah.
So a lot of developers who bought when the land are not selling, actually they make a lot. A lot of developers who bought because fear of missing out, then they have difficult time to
Maybe
sell.
margin lesser.
Just like the Thompson land, is sold I think about $150 to $200 cheaper than the Lantor Mansion.
Oh yeah. I saw that.
So Lantor Mansion sell at 2003, while Thompson sell at 2001. So if I see this one, this price can sell 70%. The chances of them selling cheaper, I mean it's there, but it won't be 2001. It will be maybe 2250, 2280. You know, they might give a bit of discount here and there to make sure that the sales is doing well. But if they see this is happening, why? I mean, as a seller, just same thing. If you are a seller today, you bought a listing that is cheap. You bought a property, that time market rate is 600,000, you bought 500,000.
Does not mean that today you will sell cheap.
Yeah, so that's the same mentality that we are looking at.
Yeah.
Okay? Yep.
Next one, HDB and private supply. It is going up because of the COVID-19, right? So it delayed the construction of a lot of like BTOs, whatever. So all this, right, as promised by our minister, it will be ramping up. So in terms of property, right, everything is like a chain cycle. If there is a build out of BTO, of course, it will also affect the resale prices of condos and then to lender, etc., etc. Okay, so that means that more supply are coming into the market.
This is the biggest concern, I feel. I mean, supply is the biggest problem. In the resale market, there's only one party that can make the market move. Unless there is some global event like COVID, all these things. If not, usually the market is moved by government also, because they can come up some policy to boost up the demand, or they can come up more land to actually increase the supply, to actually soften the price.
It's all within their fingertips, right?
But for new launch, it's a bit different. New launch, developer-wise, they still can adjust the price accordingly, the supply accordingly, to make sure that the price actually go up in a smooth transition. And later we will tell you more. Okay. Last one is the new launch.
New launch market. New launch market, right? Over here, if you are so-called noticing new launch market, right, the percentage sold these days hovers around 20-30%, or actually less. Some even like 10%. We don't take the latest launch like Lantor Mansions and what's the other one, Jayden in, for example, because all these are very like hype up project, right? But if you were to take a bird's eye view of the entire Singapore market, all the new launches, frankly the sales it's very slow, and I really spot the similar trend as to 2018, that point of time, because there were a lot of supply in the market. And moving forward this year, there will be even more supply. So this is also a huge concern because buyers are overwhelmed with options.
Yep. I mean, that's the thing.
Yep.
Okay, so these are all the things that's happening. How does it impact the market? Let me share with you just about some data about HDB.
Right.
I'm just going to take this particular block in 645, because if we look at the overall data of all Punggol HDB, you wouldn't be able to see the volume drop because the volume will drop from maybe 35,000 to 28,000, So the drop is like 20%, okay? But in certain particular block, you will be able to see, especially maybe those blocks that is not so well sought after. So you see here, this is 645 Punggol. This unit is sold at 592. Before this unit, 500 plus, 500 plus, 500 plus. You can see this period, every year there's this block alone, there's about 2 to 3 transactions LTD. Okay, then you reach this point, no transaction, 2013, and the whole of 2014, because only December then the transaction came in, there's no transaction. So no transaction means what? Just now we are saying, it's a stagnant market.
Nowhere market.
So stagnant market means what? My illustration is when we go through a market, then when we go into a stagnant market, it means that from a full seller's market, it turns into a nowhere market. Then this is like what we call a turning point. So stagnant is a turning point. So stagnant market turn, usually you will go down, because now is from buyers giving to seller to a point no one want to give him, which means the buyer is resistant. When buyer is resistant, next is who give in? Most likely sellers. Okay, so why sellers will give in? Because sellers have been making so much profit in the last few years. If let's say I'm sitting on 300,000-400,000 profit, I cut 50,000 can, I cut
They
100,000
don't mind
can.
just taking a cut lah.
They will take a cut
They
lah.
still earn what, right? Just
So-
earn little.
If one or two sellers start to take cut, then the whole market will actually
Start to
start to correct.
Yep.
But this stagnant market, we don't know it will be how long. Because no one
quite
know
scary.
when the sellers will start to give in. So you can see from here, from 592 drop to 440 immediately. Because this stagnant market very long. So they tong very long, 2 years. Then all come in 400
Yep.
plus.
Yeah.
So if I'm here and I know this market, now I'm asking 592, maybe in your mind as a seller, you will be looking at, I want 630 lah. But I tell you, if you got 580, take and run. Because the chances of it hitting 630 is very low. The chances of it going down below 550 is very high. So we go by probability. I can't say this is definitely going to happen, but probability of dropping is higher than going up. So if you want a higher price, which means that you want the market to go up more. With all the situation in the market right now, what do you think are the chances the price will go up more? So
Very
this is the
low.
thing that you want to
Yeah.
think about. Also, this is HDB example. This is another block. This is in Bukit Batok also. Period of 2 years, no transaction. After that, from 766, 71 something, 72 something, 600 plus, 600 plus, 600 plus. So this one is a turning point. Turning point after that is a downtrend.
Yeah. We didn't just take random blocks. I can assure you that regardless which block, HDB block that you're saying, so long it has been, it actually went past the 2013 cycle, that period definitely have corrected the price of your property. If
Yep.
not, you can just ask your agent to check. Because I've seen a lot of clients, every time when I check their block, right, 100% their price was corrected in 2013 or 2014, that period of time.
Yes.
Yeah, and this is a general market trend back then.
But there's a different drop that we are seeing. You see here, this is almost a 30% drop. Here is a maybe 5 to 8% drop. So why there's such a huge difference?
Because of the supply over in the estate.
So Punggol got too many supply. So especially if you are in the area, then you see surrounding all BTO,
Yep.
surrounding all new
Yep.
new MOP cluster, then you faster sell. If you are a condo, you are having a resale condo in, let's say, Tampines, then you see Treasure on TOP, faster sell before TOP. You don't want to wait until Treasure come out because there will be so many sellers that's coming in.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless Treasure 3-bedroom is selling 1.8, your 3-bedroom is 1.2.
Very huge
Very
price
different,
range.
but if you are close one, you are competitor, so you have to be careful. So next, now we see, this is Warren, this is another condo. Condo, we only take a particular size because if I take the whole condo, same problem, there will be a lot of transaction. I can't really see the volume actually came down. But I want to show all of you when volume drop, it's a time that we have to be very careful. So here, also no transaction for this particular size. Then you see from 1.128 million, go up to about 1 million. So drop about how much? 128,000 for a lower floor unit. Okay, this is for Warren. Then you see Centuries. From 1.57 million to 1.25 million. But after that, it recovers slightly. But this owner seems like it's confirmed sell very long one.
Don't be like this.
Another thing for all the owners here, I can't guarantee you price will definitely drop. But looking at the situation right now with the slowing of viewings, I mean, if you're selling a house, you know that the viewing is not as much as what we used to have. And the slowing of transaction, there is trend and there is signs that this is happening. Okay? But like I say, how long will it take for it to drop? No one will know. If you got decent offer, take and go now. Decent means that close to last transacted or slightly below last transacted, I think. Next is, these are all resale, correct?
Yeah.
Resale, So 2013 to 2015, this period, all resale prices drop. But now we are looking at the same period, the new launch prices, what happened. So this is Park Centrals, okay? In Punggol, 2012 to 2016. Now, bought in 2012, sold in 2016, which is almost the same period that we are talking about just now. So 2012, they bought at how much? 12 plus, 12 plus. 2016, they sold at how much? 14 plus. So you see the profit here, about 135 to about 326,000. What I'm trying to show you here is that if we take average of 200,000 profit or 250,000, is that a lot based on
No.
1.2 million? It's about 15%. Then you will say, oh, I waste the time, I go and shift, I go and rent, I go and what. No point. But you must remember that if I would have sold my HDB, I would have secured my profit. If I sold my condo, I would have secured more profit. So even if this one I don't make much, there will be a difference. So High Park, same thing, 215 to 17 also make 100 plus, 200 plus, 300 plus. Panorama also 214, 15 to
These are all the new launches that
218.
was launched during the same time.
Same time, we are talking about this period. Lakeview, 214 to 18, 300, 100 plus. Not a lot. I want to re-emphasize, not a lot. So today, if you buy a new launch, it's not really to make, like, I want to make 30, 40, 50% like what I do for the last 3 years. It's more of a hedge against the market. So now you see, what if, in the last market peak is 2012, cash out Punggol and upgrade to Park Central's 4 billion. We see what happened. So Punggol BTO board is about 300,000. If they cash out resale 2012, 560, they will have about 310,000 sales proceed.
A bit more because we are very conservative on the CPF use, the 50K.
So the proceed is about 260 but the total funds they will have is about 310. So 310 easily they can buy this 1.2 million property.
Correct.
So if they would have sold here 560, bought this 1.25 million with the down payment, everything they can afford, sell Park Centrals, bought in 2012, sell in 2016, they will make another 200,000, which is what I say, not a lot, but they will make total 260.
260
plus 200.
Close to half a mil still.
460. This is their profit. Okay. Why I never take interest here? Because Park Centrals is a new launch, so no interest. Okay. So 460 if I would have exit here. So their asset will be easily maybe about 600,000-700,000.
Basically, the concept here, or rather what we want to share with you is that back then, right, if you could have locked in the profit of the HDB and then upgrade to something potentially, you don't have to fork out any single cent, right? Today, your overall asset, right, is actually much bigger because we're going to show you what will happen if you choose to stay put and then sell today.
Not today, we talk about 2016. So if they would have stayed put in the Punggol HDB and sell in 2016, 2016, with their initial down payment and everything, 2016 the sales price as shown is about 440. So the price have dropped about 120,000. So CPF use, accrued interest, outstanding loan, everything, they will take back 33,000. With their CPF all inside, they will be having 200,000. So if they would have stayed put, they will be 200,000. Okay. If they have sell and bought Park Centrals, they will be ending off with about 600,000-700,000. So what I'm trying to tell you today, if you decided you want to buy a new launch today or sell your resale because it's the peak, it's more of I want to exit the market. Okay.
Lock in the profit and exit the market.
Then I want to enter, but I don't want to enter into a resale because I'm scared also. So I exit a resale, I enter resale, bigger property, worse. But what I'm trying to tell you here is that if I exit a resale and I enter a new launch, is to hedge against the market.
Right now, we are going to go through, right, how do you determine like new launches prices will drop through two main factors, all right? The first factor is knowing what is developer's profit margin. In order to know what is developer's profit margin, we need to first know one thing. It's their break-even price. As a seller today, if you were to enter, if you were to buy this certain property at 1 mil, for example, there is no way you are going to sell below 1 mil in the future resale market because the 1 mil is your break-even. And so for all the developers out there, they also have a break-even price. They cannot sell below certain threshold. So I'm going to show you first 4th Avenue Residences. Alex, you know that this is a project that is super near to MRT, right?
Yeah.
So very convenient, right? Chances of them dropping price high or not? We don't know, right? So what we want to look at the price over here for break-even of 4th Avenue Residences is 2002. Which means if seller were to sell above 2002, that is their profit. If they sell at 2002, bolai. If they sell below, selling at a loss lor. But okay, I want to show you, right, what happened at 4th Avenue Residences because a lot of us, I think people are always saying you must enter on the first day because VIP launch, first mover advantage. But here we want to look at how much did 4th Avenue Residences launch at. 4th Avenue Residences launched at 2004. Just now the break-even was?
2002.
As you can see over here, this 2004 PSF price was quite constant for a period of time. Then if you see this dip here, So what happened over here? They dropped their price.
COVID ma.
Because why? There's no sales. Sales is very low. So you notice over here, whenever they are selling very close to break even or below break even, you see the units will start to move.
Sometimes there will be deep below break even. So you can see here.
Deep below.
Now this is 2002 line ma. So this unit is transacted about 2001 ma. But very fast one. Deep below all this
Come out, right?
are above this $2,200 line. Because why? The developer cannot be selling below 2002 for a long period of time. The bank will come after them. They build property, they also take loan. So bank got some rules and regulation also. But some 1-2 units, sometimes they don't really care. But you can see, very fast. So you see anything below break even, wow, who say, time to go in.
Okay, that's for 4th Avenue. Next, we look at Hugh and Holland. Let's take a look at the break-even price, 2001. Like I said earlier, right? Anything that is below, you'll be selling at a loss. So you look at Hugh Heaven, right? When it first launched, 2006. You can see obviously the sales is not good. That's why at this point, you look at this point over here, developers drop price. So in order to determine whether the price they are entering is safe or not, you don't want to be the one while you buy already, then suddenly the next day developer drop the price, right? You must first look at, are you entering at close to the break-even? That's first tip. If you're not close, there's something that you need to look up, which is the sales frequency. What do I mean by that? You can check with your own agents if you have, on the sales frequency, meaning to say every week, every month, how many units is the developer selling? Like for example, if Alex, today you are a seller, I'm selling your property. You see like on the first day of the open house, there's a lot of buyers who came to view. What are the chances of you dropping price?
No chance.
No chance. In fact, maybe you increase, right? But if today, right, after advertising for 3 months, then still no buyers come, what will you do?
Drop price.
Drop price law. So it's the same thing. This is equivalent to the sales frequency. If every week there is, developers sell a few units every week or many units every month, they will definitely
So how
not drop
to
the
see
price.
sales frequency?
Later we will tell you. Next one, I will talk to you about Amber Park. Okay, Amber Park is a bit more unique. You see Amber Park, break even is 2001. But you can see that Amber Park launched at 2005. And it maintained throughout the period of sale. There is no chance of dropping because the sales frequency is very good, even though it's very above the break-even price. Another example, Jadescape. That time I remember it launched very high.
1,000.
Break-even, 1,000.
Break even.
They maintain the price throughout.
1,006 plus. So they are making about $500-600 per square foot.
That's a lot.
Which means that based on the land price, they are making about 50%. Okay, which is quite a lot. I mean, to be very frank. So they bought a good land. They bought a cheap land because that time when they're buying, I think there's oversupply in the market. So, but the sales frequency is high. So you have not seen Jadescape drop price. Buy close to break even.
Buy close to break even, right?
Okay.
And if you buy very high above break even, if you're concerned that it may drop, check out the sales frequency. So right now, let's take a look at those people who purchase very close to break even or when developers launch super close to break even, like Florence, 1,003 break even. You look at, 1,003, frankly they said 1,004 is not way above their break even, right? But you look at the price, very steady.
My client bought at 138 plus.
138 plus, wow. You know the last unit also what? 2,001.
Yeah.
Yeah, insane. Then you see Grandeur Park, 1,002 break even. You look at what happened over here. Grandeur Park right now is sitting on like huge, massive profit. Yeah. Okay, and then last but not least, Forest Woods, 1,002 break even, and you look at the prices, it went up, all in all. Right? So I think this is how we pretty much determine, first factor, whether or not developer will drop in price.
Buy close to break even, sure make money.
Let me put it this way. Buy close to break even, you are freaking safe. Because there's no way developer can drop any further. You are super safe. At the end of the day, maybe even if there is no profit, you still will not lose money.
Do we have buy close to break even? Still don't make one. Now we see. So this Cascadian Reserve, get ABSD deadline extension. So now we see the break even is 3,002. So they launched at about 3.5. You see, this is quite close to break even. 3.2 to 3.5 is about 5 to 8% differences. So they are quite close. But why they can drop below break even? Now they are selling at 3,000. I'm not saying that this is good or bad property. I'm just taking this example to show you. I mean, if you can buy today, this is a cheap deal that you can actually get. But why do this Cascadian Reserve can drop price until below break-even? Because these have already achieved CSC. So CSC means that the developer, in fact, by right, shouldn't have any more loan with the bank. They have paid off the property. So they can decide how much they want to sell. So that's why, coming back to just now, the first thing is, buy close to break even, is it sure make money? Because here also buy close, correct? So now the question is, buy close, if it reach CSC, it can also come down. So how do we determine buy close to break even, but yet still safe to go in one?
Which is what we're going to talk about in the next segment. Understanding the three phases of the developers. This is the second factor to determine if developers will drop their new launch prices.
The only party that can control the market is actually the government because of the policies that they put in, and it will affect the whole market. But in new launch, it's different. Individual developers, if the pricing strategy, all these things is done correctly, the sales strategies is done correctly, they can actually control the development itself. So now we see. So there's a three phase that we are talking about. Phase one is a phase that we call it clear stock phase. This is a scary phase.
Uncertainty period. Yeah.
So why is it scary? Because, like example, if I buy in here, I say, wow, good price, I very close to break even, but then I buy already, I see 6 months, nobody buy. Then how? Then will the developer drop price in future? I don't know. I mean, these are things. Second phase is the price adjustment, which you will buy slightly higher. Okay, slightly higher, which is usually this is 60-90%, so this is below 60, but these are just guide number. It's not 100% sure, depending on the developer itself. So this period is what is called the safest point to enter, because you know the price have moved up slightly. Although you buy slightly higher than that, but you don't need to go through the phase where they have to be scared whether they can move or not, because you know that the units are moving. If units are not moving, developers will not go up price. Okay, and last phase is the all-out profit, which means that phase 3, usually 90% and above. Sometimes it can reach 98%, then they will do that. The last few units, they just want to make the money. So I'm going to show you some example. So this is Treasure Tampines. A lot of people make money here. So what happened? Phase 1, you see, for the longest time, 2019 to 2020.
Wow.
Why so long? Because 2,200 units. 200 over buyers bought first day.
Wow.
I remember. So you imagine they buy a walkout is 10%. So it's not like 30%, 40 or 10%. So this period is the period where buyers who bought here are stressed. 276, 270 units.
This period actually quite long, about 1.5 years.
Then developer also very stressed.
Yeah.
Then after that, you go. Oh, this part, you see every month sold about 100 units for the last 15 months, which means that easily there is about 1,200 units gone already.
Which is half of my inventory.
Half of inventory. So the developer move into what? Phase 2. Yeah. Phase 2, they start to increase the price. Do you see the price increment is very gradual?
Correct.
Gradual. So if you buy here, why would it be safe? Because how to determine? Just now we are saying the frequency of sales.
Yes, correct.
So frequency of sales cannot be determined like that. Cannot say, oh, every month I sell 5 units is very good. If you sell every month 5 units in Treasure, you are dead.
Must basically the proportion right?
Must based on percentage
ratio
of the balance sold to balance. Which means that balance 500 units, every month I sold 50 units. Good or bad? Very stable. 10%. Very good, very good. Anything above 6-7%, I think 5% is good. Is a good. Then you have to calculate from now to TOP, how long? Developer got how long to sell? So I calculate, got another 20 months to TOP. And 20 months, and I'm selling 5%, 5 to 8% every month. Okay, let's say 8%. So for every development is different. Treasure have to sell about 25 units 1 month. It's considered a very bad sales day.
But it's very good for like arcading.
So you see here these few months all 100, 100, 100. The sudden surge 100, 100, 100, 100. Then they do what? Increase price. Very clear here. Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3. I show you 3 examples.
It's amazing, you know.
08119. This is one of my clients who bought it. He bought it when nobody.
So your client is the brave one, bravo.
Quite brave So he bought this quite good unit. 08119 here is unblocked facing. 1.332 phase 1, 1289 per square foot. So 10119 1339, 1.384. So the difference is 52,000. 52,000, 2 floor higher. Because same stack. So 1 floor that time is average about 10 8 to 10,000. So 52 means that they already increased price by about 1 to 2%. So 1 to 2%, this one is phase 2 one, safe or not? Actually, I tell you very safe.
Not
Why?
bad lah.
Because phase 3 come, 120. 120 is facing expressway. 1.851. This is developer sales. This is the last few units. So if I know it's moving and the balance unit not a lot, then I come in here, it's safe for me to enter. So these are the things that you need to gauge. Next example, stack 10 and stack 11. 11 is facing where? Rubbish chute.
Bin. Yep.
10 is facing pool. Pool facing 1.335. Phase 1. This is done in 2019. After that, 2021. You see this period to this period quite long, but it depends. Some developer, the period might be shorter. About 1.5 years, bought at 1.41 million, second floor. So it's slightly higher. Maybe we are talking about a premium about $60,000-$70,000. Last unit, stack 11. I remember, I don't know why.
I just recently went there. Wow, it's terrible, man.
You saw this
I
unit?
saw this unit. I see. I don't know which level is that, but I saw one selling the bin, and
Because
they are the cheapest already.
Third floor sold 1.637. Phase 3, buy phase bin 1, 300,000 higher than the. So buy here safe or not? 1.41, good facing. So this is treasure. Now we are going into another development.
My favorite development. Very happy over here.
Which is what
I bought
Joy
it.
bought. So she bought also.
I'm the garang one that bought on the first day.
The 160 units one is her. It's not selling super well. Over
I remember,
700 over.
You know, right now I look back. Actually, I went to check it back, the news article, right? The first day launch only 20%.
Yeah, 20,
I wasn't even worried.
20+%.
Okay, but it's still not a lot lah.
Not a lot lah. Then you see but after the launch, the sales are quite healthy. 70 units, 18 units, 50 over. Then the developers start to think, I should increase price. So they increase. Every few weeks they will say, price increase 2%, 5%. Okay, 5% is a lot.
Thank you, Hoi Hap.
5% for a 1.5 million property is $75,000. Okay? Then suddenly, got one day, I woke up.
I remember.
I saw the increment, then I still like, did I see wrongly? Because the jump is about 250,000.
It's 10%, I remember.
It's maybe more than 10.
You know why not?
Like?
Because they suddenly announced the MRT is nearby. I was also shocked because I have never seen this kind of price increment in my career, like 3 years career. I never seen. Every time the increment is like 1-2%, but that was the instant 10%. And as an owner, sipe happy.
So you see, what is the difference between these two? This one, after phase 1, still got quite a lot of units. Then phase 2, they start to move. Then you see phase 3, the supply are all very low. So that's why I say developer can control prices. So if you find a developer that's the strategy is doing well, their units are selling well, these are high chance going to happen. So why this phase 1 so long? Because they take longer to clear units. Okay, but you see key, the phase 1 very short. Why? Because this phase already clear a lot. So phase 2 start, you see the volume drop. Why volume drop? Because not much you need to buy. So phase 3, you see here, every month 1 unit, 1 unit, 1 unit. I think I take this example better. 0627, 1.747 or 980 square feet. Then 0327. So my buyer bought in this period, 2021, which is about 9 months apart. That's why I say it's not guaranteed the time frame. Like phase 1 to phase 2 is 1.5 years. No. It's depending on the sales speed of the developer. So here, 1.885. Will you buy or not, Joy? 140,000 more, which is about 8% more. It's quite a lot of money.
But if I have an agent like you who advised me and showed me this, of course I will have the confidence to enter, right?
So you see, moving well, third floor, I buy higher than my neighbor.
Wow.
140,000. But later, the last one, 0227, bought 2.282, phase 3. This is the time when I woke up, they increased 200 over 1,000 in one night.
The highest PSF transacted here actually surpassed 2.4 already by developer.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would say this is the safest because phase 1 you buy is safe in a certain extent. But if the launch is not doing well, and after that you see nobody buy, then you are be a bit concerned. Then you might not go through this 3 phase. Your phase is like that one. Because no 3 phase. So how to determine this 3 phase? Close to break even if it's good. I mean, that's not the main concern. Even if you're higher than break even, it's still okay. but
Depending on the phase
speed
also.
of the sales have to be
Sales
there.
frequency.
It's very hard to determine speed of sales for resale. New launch is easy, but I can
Resale,
see.
there's too many parties already. New launch only one party, which is the developer. If they can do perfect pricing strategy, you really stand to gain.
Yep.
But resale, there's like so many moving parts in terms of like seller, buyer, landlord, tenant. So it's a bit of like a bit ambiguous over there. So right now we're going to show you one particular project, right? One day, from phase 1 jump all the way to phase 3.
Wow. Actually, first day is phase 1 to phase 3.
Yeah,
Because
true.
all the transaction came in, then here no more.
Wow, I recall like after Pasir Ris 8 was launched, right? The news actually came out. There are a lot of angry buyers who didn't manage to get their units when they complained because developer increased price too fast.
So it's 1,004 to, I think in the middle is 1,006. It's $2,000 in one day. Because as a developer, there's different people that we are working with. The bosses is the people that we might not see. So the bosses, to them is they might not be down there to see the whole sales process. They will have someone that they hire to actually help run through this whole thing. So when they sell, let's say 1,004, and it sell out one day, maybe it's still huge margin, but if you are a seller, today I'm your agent, then I bring buyer, a lot of buyer come, then you ask for this, I advise you to sell at 1.5 million. Within one day come in 1.5, 1.55, 1.58. You go home, what will you feel?
Lousy lah, I should have sell higher.
You will think that maybe
Yeah.
why you advise me wrongly.
Yeah.
So same thing, the bosses will feel that the staff advise wrongly in terms of pricing. That's why sometimes the staff decide to up price to make sure we don't sell out first.
Yeah, true.
Because they also worried. We are just taking this example as a developer, as a seller. Actually, it's the same one. Everything behave the same manner. We are all humans. So this is what happened to Pasir Ris 8. So what I'm trying to show you here is the timing of the phase can be different. If you got into a launch like reserve residence, like Pasir Ris 8, got a good queue, then you see so many people, so many ballot, then can I buy? Maybe I can. Then I saw a good price, then I can go in. Because I know today we are going to reach phase 2 very soon. But if I'm buying another development that is a bit slower, and then I need to look at the frequency, all these things. So there's so many
That'll
things.
be post-launch lah.
So this is Pasir Ris 8.
Yeah, look at the price, man.
0746 1.53. This one is 24th July 2021. I don't want to look at this because this is done in 2023 I look at this one 2 days later, 26th July 2021. 1.92, 390,000 increase. Key thing is not the increment, it's the date. They bought 2 days apart.
Instant profit.
So is what I'm trying to say is this is a 1 day increment. That's why I say the phase 1 to phase 3 is not standard timing. You still have to base on your experience to understand all these things, to know what phase are we in now and whether we can enter. Because all different projects will have different time frame that you are looking.
So we actually classify whatever the project that is in the market right now into all these 3 phases. We have the clear stock one, which is they are selling quite close to break even. And then we have the price adjustment ones and also the all-out profit.
Actually, we are categorizing this based on percentage. So less than 60, more than 60, more than 90. But I tell you frankly, no. Because Pine Tree Hill should be phase 2A. Continuum should be phase 2A. Project like Tembusu Grand might still be in phase 1. Depending on the unit type that you are looking for. Because the 4-bedroom might be at the day 1 price. So that's why I say, you cannot say, 60% phase 2. 30% phase 1. No. Because Pine Tree Hill have increased price multiple times. So it's already in phase 2. They are confident that they can sell. Continuum had increased price a few times, but although not a lot, like 1%, but they are in phase 2. And they are moving well. Every day they are selling unit. So you must understand it's not based on percentage to gauge. But this 3 is confirmed in phase 3. Like Chan don't need to say. Jayden might still be in phase 2. The price have not increased so much. But Landor Modern, wow. Reserve. You see day 1 price and today price, you will know. To recap, why we can have a new launch that still make money in the down market because of price control. So if we sell our resale, because resale we can't control price. No one can control price. We sell resale at the high price today, maybe slightly lower than the market price, and we enter into a new launch that the developer know how to control price one.
Because everyone enter at the same time.
Then they know how to increase the price slightly. Then I think we are safe to protect our profit. yet make a bit of profit here. Key thing, if I could have locked my profit of 300,000, 600,000 here, then I could have made another 300,000 here. It's a lot of difference than I don't lock my profit. 3 years later, the profit from 600 dropped to 300. So 600 plus 300 is 900. 600 plus 300, 600 lock for resale. Some of you might be sitting on this profit, I'm just taking some example. Plus 300 for the new launch is 900. 600, the price came down, then dropped to, you only make 300,000. So the difference is how much? Even though this is not a lot, but I'm profiting from both sides, here and
Asset
here.
progression.
I am protecting myself from a downturn that I see. Then go into somewhere that the price is, I would say the keyword is controlled. New launch is a very controlled environment. If you are working with the right developer.
And the right agent.
Simian. CDL is usually their trend is, you see Amber Park, they don't drop, but their increase is more gradual. So different developer, different way that they are doing it. Then like UOL, also gradual increment. Different scenario also got different situation. Okay.
So we're just gonna play a little game over here. Basically, Alex wouldn't know what I pull out.
Yeah.
Okay, he has never seen the slides after this. So I'm just going to throw him some random developments in the market right now. Okay, I have got the break-even price, I have got the frequency of sales, I have got the percentage sold, and I'm just going to ask him, can enter down or not? Alright, Lake Gardens, we have got break-even 2,000. And right now, as of now, Lake Gardens just launched recently, right? The sales is actually 37% sold only. Frequency of sales, I only give you the past 4 months. Balance still got 115.
Okay, so let's say balance 115. Let's say take this. 79 units sold is a very decent number. And we are buying very close to break-even. So this is a project that you can be say that you are safe to enter. But
I knew.
we got Sora coming.
Yeah. When
so
is that?
This is the June. This is a time bomb. You don't know how they're going to launch.
Because
you need
Sora's
to see
land
first.
is cheaper, right?
Cheaper by about maybe close to $100 somewhere. But what I'm trying to say here is that if they launch at same price or if they launch slightly higher, before you buy into, you must see this one also to get a safer
Wow, so now you're saying not only see the developer profit margin, sales frequency, which phase, also need to know your surrounding, right?
Because there's 440 units in Sora. So it's going to add in quite a lot of supply in this area.
Wow,
Okay, next Grand Diamond.
Grand Diamond, 2002. This was super like hot, you know, because it's just right next to the MRT. As of now, they are 65% sold, right? The frequency of sales is solid leh. This one I think really no chance to come down already.
You look at the prices like that, we are almost reaching phase 3. We are in between 2 and 3. So the frequency of these things is definitely good. 27 units. I think they increased price just for 4 bedrooms. So balance left 300 plus unit. If we are selling 6 units in April, but in March is 27 units. If we are selling like average of 15 units to 20 units every month, in about 1.5 years we will sell, which means that we are on track. Definitely no issue in terms of what? The price will not drop.
Will stay, yeah, correct. Or even increase.
But will you make more? I don't know, because you are buying about 8 to 10% higher now. So it's a bit of a certain risk that you are taking because if you buy at 2.6, everyone buy at 2.550, or you buy at maybe 2.6 something, I think it's okay. But now we are touching 2.7.
And 2.7 in the same district, right? We have got Continuum asking 2.8. It's a freehold asking 2.8. Then we have Tembusu Grand asking 2.3 to 2.6, right? This range. Then after that, we got one more plot coming out, Tembusu 2, which is end of this year. Likely lah, right?
Harmonization. So another thing is that the more supply coming in, we don't know what is going to happen. I mean, things like that.
Price increment definitely will be there, but maybe in terms of profit wise, it may not be the best.
Yeah, I think it's a safe purchase, but just that you might not see a lot of profit.
Okay. Arcadia at Boon Keng. This is also fairly new. This is 2002 break even. Let's take a look. As of now, they are 52 units sold.
For Arcadia, I think the problem is the frequency of sales is not seen for a period of time. I cannot say launch January, then February sell 20 units and say, wow, this one frequency damn good. Cannot. I have to see February
Wow, only 1,
March.
2, 3 units. Oh.
And April, maybe up to May, every month is like 10, 10, 10. Is it safer than February 20?
Cannot lah.
You get what I mean? So if I see 10, 10, 10, 10, like that, then I know, wow, this one stable. Because the problem here is that it's slightly higher than break-even. The break-even is 2 plus, it's 2.6. So there's a chance. I mean, I don't say that it will drop, but if we have good frequency, then definitely. So I think it's observation period. Not say can't
You
buy.
put it very nicely. I want to say another word, but sure, nothing.
So, but observe a bit more to see the frequency. Whether
You can
it
see
pick
and
up.
wait a bit lah, right? If you are intending to enter into this project. All right, next one. Interesting. Seneca.
1583. Oh, MCC land.
Right now we are at 71%, so much pretty okay. Right, left 28%.
1583. Oh, okay. I see again. Okay.
Seneca was bought it during the when land was not so high they were bought it way before because there are some I think sales license issue or something, right? What do you think about this project?
My guide of buying, first, good frequency, correct? Good sales numbers based on this to the balance unit. If this is very healthy, even if you're high from break even, can. Okay, safe. But of course the price have not increased too much. They can launch very high. So let's say Seneca can be 1,006, they launch at 2,001. Then they are selling every month, left 77, every month they are selling 6, 7 units. Safe or not? Very safe, go in. Second is average sales figure, which means that maybe left over 77, you are selling average about 3, 4 units. But you are close to break even. Either situation, it's good to enter. So if you are far from break even, but yet the figures are not super healthy, there's a bit of risk lah.
True.
I put it this way lah. So either these two, either one. Then it will be safe. Okay,
we're done. And so right now we are on to the Q&A.
So while we are waiting, I'm waiting for y'all to see whether there's any question. I just want to sum up the whole thing. If I'm owner today, high chance I will be looking at disposing my property. But of course, I need to have the next step, which is where I'm going to
That's more important.
So if I'm holding on to a property right now and I have made huge profit in the last few years, I might be looking at sell and buy into a new one. But based on just now what we have shared, they are in maybe phase 1.5 or phase 2.
Recently, we also realized in quite a bit of districts out there, estates out there, there are a lot of new ones, right, selling at resale prices. This is also a very good opportunity for you to partake in. Usually
we can do 3 things. One is sell, buy new. Second is sell, buy resale. Third is sell, do nothing. Wait, see how, then later see whether want to go into resale. This is first choice. This is second choice. So maybe different people got different view, but what I'm trying to show you here is this is something that you never should do. Choice 3. Very dangerous. So it's either 1 or 2.
Pertaining this market
pertaining what we are looking at right now. So sell, do nothing, you are taking risk, but it's not as risky as you buy a resale today. So this is the 3 options. Any advice on where Leiden Green is? Leiden Green have already passed because it's already crossed the developer sales period. So it already passed phase 1, 2, 3. It's actually in phase 4, which is what Cascadian all this is in. Okay, because you have to be having balance unit, then you will be calculated in the phase 1, 2, 3 from the developer point. How do you determine a good sales frequency that is proportional to project size? Is there MOM guideline to follow? No guideline, but based on my experience, I think anything more than 5% balance unit sold. Balance 100 units. Left 5 months to TOP. Selling, just now I say 5%, balance 100 unit. Sell 8 units a month. More than 5%. Good or bad? This is a bad situation because by the time 5 months, you only 40 units sold, you still got 60 units left and the project already TOP. So the developer will be stressed during this period of time. But now we look at another example. Balance 100 units. Okay, let's say left 30 months. Every month selling 4 units. Below 5%. Good or bad? So how we calculate whether it's a good, this balance unit multiplied by this one, the balance month, will I be able to cross this number? How fast will I be able to cross? The fastest I'll be able to cross, the safer it is. So this one, this multiplied by this cannot cross. So a bit risky. You get, so how to determine? I think this is a good way to answer you, Carol. That's why I say how to determine phase 1, 2, 3. No standard way to determine. This one I give you standard
you can reach
way.
out to us.
This one I give you very standard way. But there's no way to determine everything just based on a simple concept or whichever.
Yeah.
So if you really want to understand, should I sell, should I buy, or should I what?
Contact us.
Yeah.
We are here.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.